Our night in one of the most haunted hotels in the USA. We thought it would be fun, just a weekend getaway, something thrilling for the channel, an overnight stay in one of the most haunted hotels in the country. The Blackwood Hotel had been around since the late 1800s with a history drenched in tragedy, mysterious disappearances, ghostly apparitions, and even rumors of a cursed room, room 306. Of course, that's exactly where we booked our stay. When we arrived, the place had an eerie stillness, despite being fully operational. The hotel clerk, a frail old man with deep-set eyes, gave us a strange look as we checked in. Room 306? He muttered under his breath. You should ask for a different one. We laughed nervously, thinking it was just part of the spooky experience. But his expression didn't change. People, they don't last the night in that room, he added before handing us the key. His bony fingers lingered over ours for a moment, as if to warn us one last time. The elevator ride up felt too slow, every creak and groan of the ancient cables putting us on edge. When we stepped onto the third floor, the air was noticeably colder. The hallway stretched out long and dimly lit, the old carpet muffling our footsteps. As we unlocked the door to room 306, the moment we stepped inside, the smell of something damp and rotting hit us. It was faint, but there. The room was old-fashioned, like it had barely changed in a century. Heavy red curtains, a dusty chandelier, and a large wooden wardrobe that stood in the corner, its mirror covered with a white sheet. A bad feeling settled in my gut. We set up our cameras and started recording, treating it like any other paranormal investigation. We tested out an EMF meter, asked questions into the darkness, and even played back white noise recordings. Nothing at first. Then around midnight, things changed. The lights flickered, and a deep, guttural whisper came through our spirit box. Get out! The air turned ice cold. My breath came out in visible puffs. My friend Jason laughed nervously. All right, that's creepy. Then the wardrobe creaked. Slowly the door started to open, inch by inch. The mirror behind the white sheet was now exposed. Jason, braver than me, pulled the sheet off completely. There were no reflections. Not mine, not Jason's. Just an empty room staring back at us. I stepped forward, hesitantly raising my hand. But before I could touch the glass, a shape formed. A dark figure, faceless, standing behind Jason. My throat closed up. I couldn't speak, couldn't scream. Then Jason yelped. Something yanked him backwards so violently he hit the ground hard. The cameras went static for a brief moment before flickering back on. Jason scrambled to his feet, his face pale, his eyes wild. We need to leave, now. As we grabbed our bags, the bathroom door slammed shut on its own. The faucet turned on, water gushing into the sink. But the water wasn't clear. It was red. We didn't wait to find out more. Rushing out of the room, we ran down the hall, past doors that now stood ajar, revealing nothing but darkness inside. The elevator was taking too long, so we bolted for the stairs. As we reached the lobby, the clerk was still there, waiting as if he knew we'd be coming. Lasted longer than most, he said, handing us a refund before we even asked. We didn't look back, didn't even grab all our gear. We just ran to the car and drove away, our hands shaking on the wheel. Later, when we checked the footage, we saw something that made my blood run cold. In the final few seconds of our recording, as we were leaving, the mirror in the wardrobe showed something else entirely. Not us running, just two figures, standing still, watching. We never spoke about it again.